Alrighty, well, welcome back. I'm not sure how long this part will be. So this is probably going to be part two. A couple of things that I want to accomplish here today is I did get some parts. They should be the Zener. But I have to tear this whole board out anyhow. I'd like to see what it looks like underneath for one thing, and just to make sure that nobody's been into it or did something, or that there's something burned up on the other side. I have no idea what the other side of the board looks like, how much of it's really there. I did notice when I was on the PA board there was a couple of screws that were extremely loose, like not even threaded in all the way, so obviously somebody's had this apart somewhat. Here, I don't know if these are just auxiliary crystals that you can put in. Like I said, I'm not used to the Icom, so looks to me like I'm gonna have to take these 5 ribbon cables, that a couple of these plugs out, and some screws, and maybe this board will come right out. So I'll leave the camera running, and then if need be I can go on to high speed to zoom through this. So let me get things ready, and then I'll start taking that apart. Alrighty, let's try to center this a little bit. I have it raised so the view you're getting is high, and maybe you can see some stuff better. So let's see, and I really hate messing with ribbon cables too much. They just, there's no release on them, they just pull right out. At least I think they do. Alright, so there goes. Well, this guy's going to have to come out now anyhow. There's all these fellows out of the way. A couple of these little coaxials, they got to come out. This guy here has got to come out. I see, I guess this is another regulator. Got this little clip holding it against the wall. Pull that out. Let's see, this comes around here, goes like this, got to come out. Okay, this guy here, it comes around here, it's got to come out, and it goes under a little clip here. Looks like that's glued down or something, like double face tape, like it's going to pop off. There's that out of the way. So now it looks like we're just on to the screws. One, two, I'll get you up. So, magnetize my screwdriver a little bit so that that comes out. Maybe. Come on. Don't be shy. Alright, doesn't want to come out right away. We may have to negotiate with it. I'll just throw my screwdriver on the floor. Right. Since when is hair magnetic? Okay. And up here. Oh, I think so. I don't always wear a grounding strap, but it's like work on some of these smaller things. I want to get into the habit of doing that. You know, I do if I'm going to, say, replace components or something, but I don't always wear it when I'm taking things apart. Maybe it's a good idea to do that. Another screw here in the center, right next to this OP3, probably option 3, which makes me feel good about that. But this still doesn't really want to lift up yet. I see some screws in the back here. There we go. Things are starting to move on the board now. Take note of this screw. It looks like all the rest of them actually. Oh. Move everything out of the way and see if I can just lift this straight up out of here. Okay, so that's all out of there. So you can see the nothing on the case here, or nothing but the case here. Don't see anything that looks like a burned flash mark or anything. Of course, we'll double check it if I do see anything that got burned on the other side of the board. Move this guy out of our way, and now we're going to bring our board here and flip it over. Something just fell. I don't know if that was in there or not. A little piece of metal, it looks like. So let's see. So you can come along on the trip of the board with me. Let me zoom in a little bit here. And again, a long way. No matter which way I do it first, it's always a wrong way. Let's see. There's not really too much on this side of the board. Couple little components up in here. I'll have to take a closer look at all of them. Nothing looks like it's, well, I see something here. I don't know what that is. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not, try to move my thumb so you can see it. This is crazy. Right where my thumb is, it's two components and they're separated by a trace, and I thought it was something blown apart. Yeah, I don't really see anything here that looks like it was messed with. This shield, I don't know if that's just where the factory didn't clean the solder flux off, or if somebody had this shield off. I don't know if you can really see it, but get it right down in here. I'll try and zoom in a little bit, but you can really see a lot of flux build up on the will it focus? Will it focus? I don't know what it's trying to focus on, but see if I move it out and back in. Well, it looked like it wanted to focus for a minute there, but I guess it's not going to. Come on. It's focusing on my hand in the background. There we go. You can see the flux build up around it. I'll see if I can look underneath that. But give me a few seconds and then I'll bring it up. Maybe we have a better way to look at it. Okie dokie, this area right area. Let's see, I'll try and point to it with this. This is a pin I'm pointing to it with. These 3 pads. That's the Zener. I was able to get that out. And unfortunately I can't really show it because I don't have the equipment to zoom into it while I'm working on it and you'd be able to see what I was doing, and nor do I have the skills to do it through a camera. So what I actually did was I was able to get in on the front of it, and I cut the front leg off with a pair of real thin diagonals or wire cutters, and then I got to the back too and did this with a soldering iron. I really don't like using hot air gun. There's too many components too close by, and I think that's really mean to do to the board. But anyhow, so I got that out and cleaned it up, and let me move this and I'll show you the Zener. Let me move this out of the way. I did not take the other component out yet for a couple reasons. One is I don't have it. Here we go here. And I actually accidentally rolled over it with my chair, so it got a little cracked, but that was the one, remember, with the cut in it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit nicer, or a little bit better photo to it. So there it is, and wait, I think I can change the light, and maybe because it's on a white background, I'm going to flip it onto here and see what happens. And that's lovely. I think that's the underside of it. Yeah, there's the top side. Let me see if I can cut the lighting down. Oh. So that's about as dim as we could get it. Anyhow, you can see the crack. That's the piece, and again, I'll show you with a pin up beside it, just to give you an idea of the size of it. There's a pin. It's about also the same thickness as my soldering iron. So my soldering iron is a little closer to the camera, so it's going to look a little bit bigger, but it's close. The tip's close to the same size of the pin. Anyhow, I haven't done any surface mount work in a long time, and this is definitely not for the faint of heart. So anyhow, I'll take a look at that other piece, and I know a long time ago when I used to do this, if we were going to replace like a processor with 8 billion pins on it, we'd take an X-Acto knife and cut the legs all the way across the device and pull the device out, and then clean all the legs off, clean the board, and then solder it on just like you would normally solder it. So these legs are a little bit thicker, but I'm sure an X-Acto knife would probably still work. I just didn't have one handy, and the ones were so easily exposed I was able to just snap it right with a pair of little pair of channel or cutters. Yeah, channel locks, right. But I may try that with the other component, but like I said, I don't have it, didn't get it yet. So here's what I got in the mail today, and I'm assuming these are the Zeners, and the price was really quite agreeable. Of course, I haven't even looked at them yet, but here they are here. Let me just cut the package open, and I will put them underneath the microscope while we still have it turned on. Come on. Let me move everything else out of the way. Move out of the way, guys. The new Zeners are coming in. So let's see. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're the same size They were supposed to be. I mean, they were listed as a replacement. So let me move the other guy down here. Yeah, they look about the same. Move my pin out so I can move him down here. I think they're about the same. They look pretty close, wouldn't you say? Oh, the old 5.6X. Oh, I quit scooping that on there. So anyhow, I don't want to put that on yet until I decide if there's any more testing I want to do without this on the board. Actually, I did want to ohm test everything out and see if I'm still getting the same readings as I was before when I have it written down, and plus I have it recorded. So let me put this, I'll put this up on the magnifying glass, bring this guy here, and let me ohm test it real quick, what I wanted to, and then we'll be done with this. I'll see where the other parts are. I don't know at what point, like, I'll be putting this as part 2, so let me just get a meter and I'll check that real quick. Okay, now you're not really going to be able to see what I'm testing, but what I'm going to test is, I thought I did, where did I put it? Well, I have one lead of the ohm meter going to ground, and if I touch anything ground, there you go. So the one will go to the one side of the Zener diode. Let's see, where is it? It is right, I lost it. Oh, I guess, oh no. Here's the one side. That's the side that comes from power. Got an over limits, we like that. The other side is the side that goes to that comparator, 1.49, and I think that's what we had before. So I just want to double check what I have going to the input side. It should still be coming from the one side of the coil. Those, remember the inductors that I had showed you earlier. So I should show continuity between that. So let's see, let me think, it was this one right here, one of these. I know you probably have no idea what I'm testing, but this is going to be the input. Find it again. And there it is. So yeah, that means we have continuity in between the connector and where the Zener goes, and then we still have that 150 ohms between the Zener and that the voltage comparator. So when I remove that voltage comparator, I'm thinking it would raise above that, or it could indicate that maybe this capacitor that's here, I don't know if you can see it, this little tiny surface mount capacitor right, move out of the way, meter. See if my finger is pointing to it, but I don't know if you can see it. I can use some extra light. This surface mount cap right here, that's the only other thing that's in that circuit. Like I said, I doubt one of the resistors kind of shorted. Usually I see those go open, but yeah, you never know. Anyhow, that's where we're going to stop for this point here. I have a little doggy here that wants to go up and eat his dinner, so I'm going to take care of that.